to the update that's going on in college football. We got still upset alert possibility. Duke has the ball, second and goal at Miami's 7-yard line. You're on a 68-yard, 7-play drive. This has been the theme of this ball game. Duke has been doing this all game long with these long consuming drives. The length of the field, I'm saying, except for that 4-play, 83-yard drive, they've been on a 77-yard drive, 83-yard drive, 75-yard drive, another 75-yard drive, and now they're on a long drive right now, 68 yards. So they face a third and goal at Miami's 7-yard line. Again, Miami just having trouble stopping this offense all game long. 83-yard drive, 77-yard drive, 75, another 75-yard drive. Now they dealing with a 68-yard drive currently right now. Now, if Duke scores a touchdown, it'd be another 75-yard drive. So there's something going on with this Miami defense. Give credit to Malik Murphy. He's playing pretty good outside of those 2 interceptions. He got 3 touchdowns, 278 yards, 19 of 30. So in the fourth quarter, 13:59 to go. Miami has called a timeout. I guess trying to get a breather, wherever it is. But they're getting worn out right now. Third and goals at the 7-yard line. Can Miami hold his team Duke to a field goal? Now, Ohio State, Penn State, that's the game of the day. Definitely up to the hype. Ohio State now has a 3rd and 9 at the Penn State 38-yard line. 12:03 to go in the fourth. 17-13 is the score right now in favor of Ohio State. Can they increase this lead and go up by 11 points? Right. Keep you updated on those 2 games. But I got to take care of some other business, UFC fighting schedule. Let's get into that. Okay, we got the main event in the flyweight, Brandon Moreno against Amir Albazi. We got that matchup where Brandon Moreno is 28-1, 28, 21-8 and 2. And you got Amir Albazi, 17-1. And you got Aaron Blanchfield, 12-2 against Rose Namajunas. This is the women's flyweight, 14-6 for Rose. KO Machado against Brinson Ribeiro, light heavyweight division fight, 8-3-1 for KO Machado, and Brinson Ribeiro is 15-7. In the flyweight division for the women, Ariane Da Silva and Jasmine Jazudovich. I don't say her name like full name. I'm gonna just skip that and just move on from that. But anyway, they fight each other. Jasmine and Ariane in the women's flyweight. Mark Andre Barriot, 16-8, fights Dustin Stolfus, 15-6, middleweight. So that's what's going on right now. And then that's the middleweight division. In the welterweight division, you got Mike Malott against Trevin Gals. Mike Malott is 10-2 and 1, and Trevin Gals is 16-6. Ayman Zahabi, 11-2 against Pedro Manjos, 20-9 in the bantamweight division. Charles Jourdain against Victor Henry in the bantamweight division. Jack Shore will fight Youssef Zalal, that's in the featherweight division. Alexander Romanov will fight Rodrigo Nascimento, that's in the heavyweight division. Shohei CD, 10-2 against Garrett Armfield, 10-4 in the bantamweight division. Chad and Hellinger, 13-7 against Cody Gibson, is 21-10. That's the bantamweight division. And finally, the women's flyweight division got Jamie Lynn Horth, 6-1 against Ivana Petrovic, 7-1. So that's what's going on right now. And then UFC fight schedule. Right, let's get back to the college football updates. Penn State and Ohio State. We got that going on. And Ohio State leads 20-13, so they kick the field goal. So they lead 20-13, 9:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Penn State has the ball, 2nd and 6 at the Penn State 29-yard line. Back to the Duke-Miami game. Miami's on upset alert. Even though they're up 32-28, they called a timeout with 13:59 to go. It's 3rd and goal. Duke has the ball. They on a drive of 68 yards on 8 plays. Can they cash in and get a touchdown and try to take the lead? They're still in timeout, so there's nothing as we going on. I see the time change at 13:54. So obviously they out of the timeout. Timeout was over for Miami. So see what Duke does. Okay, he threw an incomplete pass from Malik Murphy. So now it's 4th down and goal at the 7-yard line of Miami. So it's decision time. What does Manny Diaz do? Does he go for it on 4th down and goal, or does he kick a field goal to make it 32-31. See what he's gonna do. So that's a big stop for Miami, man. They had a tough time stopping this offense this whole majority of the game. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that stands out. So it makes perfect sense to see. I think I go with the field goal, and that's what they just did. They got a field goal. So it's 32-31, 1-point game, still anybody's ball game between Miami and Duke. A shootout in Miami, 32-31 Miami, with 1-point lead. So a lot of football we played. All right, so let's get into the National Basketball Association. Ended the second week. Very interesting stuff going on. I think what stands out to me is Joe Embiid and Paul George. They still haven't played a game yet. They won't play Saturday, which is today. They will not play against the Grizzlies. This is the 5th consecutive game that they're out because of left knee injuries. Amazing. I mean, just amazing. These guys can't get on the court. And again, B always been hurt. Monitoring his knee. So that's him. But just like, there's been a lot of suspicion with him because the league fined Philadelphia $100,000 this past Tuesday for public statements, including by President of Basketball Operations, Daryl Morey, and Coach Nick Nurse, that were inconsistent with Embiid's health and status and in violation of NBA rules, such as the league's player participation policy. You know what I'm saying? So this guy has always been injury prone. He's going to miss his 5th consecutive game. Amazing. So that's a big storyline because this team, the Philadelphia 76ers, they trying to win a championship. They want to win a championship this year. They got to be healthy. And then when you look at the fact they're 1-3 on the season, they're playing the Grizzlies team that was 3-3. I mean, you got to know, can't get off to a bad start if you're the Sixers. All right. Jamal Murray had exited the game last night against Minnesota, who beat Denver 119-116. Denver's kind of disappointing right now. They 2-3 on the season, so he's a concussion protocol. So again, that's the storyline with that. Last night's game, you had again Minnesota beat Denver 119-116. That was a marquee game. These two teams met in the playoffs a year ago in that Game 7 in the second round where Minnesota beat Denver in Denver. So this is like a rematch of last year's matchup. And Denver, they don't look good. They don't look good right now. They off to a sluggish start. Anthony Edwards hit a go-ahead 7-foot floater with 25.7 to go. And Rudy Gobert iced the game with 2 free throws as they won 119-116. Edwards had 29 points. Gordon had 31 points and losing calls. But that's the storyline on that. See, what other games that stood out yesterday? How about the Pelicans? The Pelicans beat the Pacers 125-118. The Pelicans' record is 3-3, and Pacers off to a tough start themselves. They was in the conference finals last year. They 2-4, 1-3 on the road, and a big game for Zion Williamson. 34 points, 10 assists. Brandon Ingram had 26 points as they set their 3-game losing streak, winning by a score of 125-118. That's a big win for them. Celtics won last night, no surprise there. They beat the Hornets 124-109. They 5-1. Hornets not that good. They're 2-3. That's not no surprise there. All right, let's get at the standings for the NBA so far this year. Cleveland Cavaliers are playing very good. Cleveland is 6-0. Are they looking really good? They're averaging 124.7 points per game. So they're doing their thing. 6-0. Celtics are 5-1. Knicks are 3-2. Orlando Magic is 3-3. Nets are 3-3. Chicago Bulls 3-3. So a lot of mediocrity going on in the East Conference. But the most disappointing team, without question, is Milwaukee Bucks. They're 1-4 right now. They don't look good. Obviously, they don't have Chris Middleton, but they look really, really bad right now. Along with them and the Pacers and the Sixers. The Sixers are hurt. But the Bucks are not playing good basketball right now. And then you look at the Western Conference, Oklahoma City Thunder 5-0. The Suns are 4-1. The Warriors are 4-1. Lakers are 4-2. Very tough up at the top between the top 8 teams. Thunder has a 5-0 record. Suns have a 4-1 record. Warriors 4-1. Lakers are 4-2. Rockets are 3-2. Mavericks are 3-2. Timberwolves are 3-2. Kings are 3-2. Grizzlies are 3-3. So very tough in that conference. Wide open, very wide open right now. But this point team in the West Conference definitely got to be the Denver Nuggets. They 2-3. They not playing like themselves. Let's start now with the NBA. So let's get into the National Football League. But back to college football updates before I get into the National Football League. Right now. All right, Miami's just scored a touchdown. Again, this offense is just incredible, man. A 49-yard touchdown pass from Cam Ward to Jacoby George, and it's now 39-31 Miami. Unbelievable. That's how they're going to win, man. This offense is just amazing. 2 plays, 51 yards. It only took 55 seconds from the score touchdown. So that's 4 touchdowns for Cam Ward. Definitely going to be in New York for the Heisman. And Miami leads 39-31 Miami. Miami leads. Unbelievable. All right, back to the Ohio State-Penn State matchup. Penn State is in the red zone. They actually got a 3rd and goal at the Ohio State 2-yard line. They got to score a touchdown to tie the game up. See what they do right here. They got 73 yards, 7-play drive right now that they're currently on, and see what they do. Can they tie the game, or will they have to settle for a field goal? Time is winding down for the Penn State because it's 4th and goal right now. Decision time. What does James Franklin do? Do they go for it on 4th down, or they kick a field goal? I think you gotta go for it. This is a team that has been beating you for 7 consecutive games. You gotta get it done. All right, they went for it on 4th and goal, and Drew Allard threw a pass that was incomplete, intended for Khalil Dinkins, and they don't make it. So the defense of Ohio State holds. They got the ball at their own 1-yard line with 5:13 to go in the 4th quarter. So big time defensive stand by Ohio State. That was a good decision by Penn State to go for it. You know what I'm saying? You got to go for it on 4th down. You haven't beaten Penn State in so long, 7 straight losses. But they failed to get the touchdown. So now it's Ohio State's ball at their own 1-yard line, though. So defensively, Penn State just got to play well, do their part, and try to get the ball back. So we'll see what happens with that. But right now, it's 20-13 in favor of Ohio State with 5:13 to go in the 4th quarter. Man, Miami just amazing. It's just amazing offensive team. I mean, that's how they're going to man in the games. They lead 39-31, so now the pressure's back on Malik Murphy and this offense. Again, this offense is explosive, man. They've been doing their thing all game long, so they're not intimidated by this defense. This defense of Miami is not that good. So they just got to rely on their offense, rely on Cam Ward to do his thing. And he's doing his thing right now. 4 touchdown passes, 259 yards passing. Restrepo has 2 touchdown catches, 80 yards receiving, 7 catches. Again, Higgins for Duke has 123 yards receiving. They got some players, man. Got some playmakers. That's why they're 6-2 for a reason. But a lot of time left, though. A lot of time left. 12:56 to go in the 4th quarter. There's a lot of time left. All right, as far as the NFL concerned, the NFL last week, I think the thing that stands out right now is Detroit Lions are the best team in football. You can make a case. They blew out Tennessee 52-14, despite not having Jameson Williams. Now he has he was serving a 2-game ban for some performance enhancing policy. He broke that policy about performance enhancing drugs or something like that. But they playing good. No Aiden Hutchinson. He's out for the season, but they still are playing good. And they won going away, beating Tennessee Titans 52-14. They're playing well. And it's a big game tomorrow against the Packers and the Lions. In Lambeau Field, 4:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the best game out of all the games. It's that game right there. Also, what stands out is Cleveland. This was an upset. The Ravens started 0-2, won 5 straight, and you think he's gonna win this game, and all of a sudden they get picked off, losing to the Cleveland Browns 29-24. Who would thought that would happen? That was an upset. Give credit to Jameis Winston. 334 yards passing, 3 touchdown passes. He threw no interceptions, 27 out of 41. He was able to, do his thing, not be a game manager. He passed the ball very well. Again, Baltimore Ravens don't have a big-time defense like they used to. So it's not a surprise. They surrendered a lot of big plays in chunks. So there's no surprise about that. But it's a surprise that, that Baltimore lose a game like that. You know what I'm saying? To lose a game like that. Eagles beat the Bengals 37-17. I'm not surprised. They're just a lost season for the Bengals. They got a big-time quarterback, Joe Burrow, got the receivers, Jamar Chase, Higgins. They just don't have a defense. You know what I'm saying? It's not that good. Dallas Cowboys lose last week, 30-24. Maybe they might not make it to the playoffs. The Jets lose to the Patriots. That's a terrible loss to the Patriots last week. They did win this past week against Houston. You know what I'm saying? That was a big-time victory for them. That was definitely a very, very impressive win for the Jets. October 31st, this past Thursday, and win 21-13. Now, Houston's hurt. They don't have Stephon Diggs. He's out for the season with a torn ACL. But that was still an impressive win for the Jets. The Texans, they beat the Colts last week. Now, Flacco was going to be replacing Anthony Richardson. Richardson, there's some story that he took himself out the game or something like that. So I think he's being replaced with Flacco because of that. But right now, Miami's look like they forced a 3-and-out. It's 4th down and 5 at their own 30-yard line for Duke. Duke has the ball. Looks like they may have to punt. They should punt. I don't think they should go for it. You want to give this Miami offense that's explosive right now on fire a short field, so they got to punt. But anyway, back to the NFL. Flacco is going to be replacing Anthony Richardson. Yeah, I think something about he took himself out the game. He had to check out or something like that. So maybe his condition's not good, whatever it is. But Flacco's going to be starting for the Colts this coming game coming up tomorrow. I forgot what they playing tomorrow. I'm going to get to that in a few. But that's sort of the storylines that happened last week in National Football League. Pittsburgh beat the Giants 26-18. Again, Wilson's playing pretty good, pretty good football. T.J. Watt had 2 sacks, 1 fumble recovery, 1 forced fumble, 7 tackles. So T.J. Watt showing why he's one of the best defensive players in the game. Yeah, they punted. So Miami has the ball at their own 30-yard line. So now, if you're Miami, you got a chance to put this game out of reach. The offense is on fire right now. They have the ball at their own 34. So Cam Ward, man, you got to find a way to drive him to the end zone again on another drive. If you're Cam Ward, could go up by 15 points. So that's the storyline on that for us. So Miami has the ball, 11:32 to go, ball at their own 34-yard line. So that's some of the stuff that happened in the National Football League last week, as far as that's concerned. The games that were played last week in the NFL. So let's get into it, man. I'll get back to the Miami Duke game. But right now, Miami's not on upset alert. Right now, they got an 8-point lead. All they got to do is just take time off the clock, try to get a touchdown drive going, and try to put this game out of reach. As far as that's concerned. Because they got an 8-point lead, so they got to find a way to just put this game away. Right now, Warriors completed a pass 20 yards to Elijah Austin. First down at the Duke 46-yard line, so they're in plus territory already. So they're just trying to put the nail in the coffin. That's what they're trying to do right now. All right, let's get to the NFL from last week. Recap for Week 8. Again, the Rams, they beat the Vikings 30-20 on Thursday night on October 24th. The Vikings, that's 2 straight losses for them. So they coming back down to earth a little bit. So the Rams are still in the hunt in that division. They 3-4 on the season. Big win for the Falcons. They beat the Buccaneers 31-26. That was a big win in that division. The Cardinals beat the Dolphins 20-27. Tua Tagovailoa. Good news that he did not get hurt that bad in his return, even though they lost. The guy came out, unscathed. Pretty good game. 38, 234 yards and a touchdown. So, but they still lost. They 2-5. They're not gonna go anywhere, despite Tua coming back. The Saints lost 26-8. No surprise there. The Saints just don't look good. Obviously, they don't have their quarterback, Derek Carr, then with an injury. So it's just a lost season for them. They got off to such a great start. They were 2-0, and now they lost 6 straight after starting 2-0. They put up 91 points. Again, it's not how you start the season. It's how you finish the season. So Chargers, they are above 500, 4-3 record. Lad McConkey had 2 touchdown catches, including a 60-yard touchdown score. He went to Georgia, so he won a couple championships, so he knows how to get it done. They have 6 straight losses for the Saints, man. That's the worst they've been as far as losing streaks since 2005. Dennis Allen has not gotten the job done. This is his 3rd season, and he's 18-24. All right, so that's it about that. I already talked about the Browns and the Ravens, 29-24. And the thing about the Browns, give them credit, they held Derrick Henry to only 73 yards, so he didn't have his 100-plus yards, rushing. See, Winston played very well. 3 touchdowns, 334 yards, 27 out of 41. He had a better game than Jackson. He outplayed Jackson, so he played pretty good. All right, so the Broncos won 28-14 over the Panthers. The Seahawks lost to the Bills 31-10. Obviously, the Commanders and the Bears, that was a game, the Hail Mary for the ages for the Commanders in their franchise history, as quarterback Jaden Daniels, the rookie, threw a Hail Mary. Again, when it comes to Hail Marys, you got to knock it down on the defensive side. They didn't knock it down. It was deflected and caught by Noah Brown. He was able to make the catch in the end zone as the Commanders won 18-15. So now the Commanders are 6-2 in that division, top of that division. And then you had the Chiefs winning their 13th game in a row, 27-20 over the Raiders. And this is truly the first big game, truly, for Travis Kelce. 10 catches, 90 yards, 1 touchdown, as they won their 13th game in a row. So they haven't lost in a long time. The last, I think the last loss that they had was against the Raiders on Christmas Day. Yeah, that's the last loss, and they haven't lost since. And also, Mahomes made history, becoming the fastest quarterback in NFL history to reach 30,000 yards. He comes that in his 103rd game. So that's the storyline on that. All right, so that's it for the NFL as far as that's concerned. My picks of the week. Last week, I was 4-1 last week. Let's get into that recap of that. I was, look into that. Let's see. Okay, I was 27-13 with the picks of the week record. Currently, I was 4-1 last week. Bills over the Seahawks, I was right. Eagles over the Bengals, I was right. Commanders over the Bears, I was right. Texas over the Colts, I was right. The only game I got wrong was the Jets over the Patriots, so I was 4-1 last week. Let's fast forward to tomorrow's games. I got the Lions over the Packers. That's the best game of the whole Sunday slate of games. The Ravens and the Broncos are pretty good. That's a pretty good game because both teams are 5-3. Bills over the Dolphins. Got the Bills over the Dolphins. Eagles over the Jaguars and the Bengals over the Raiders. So those are my picks of the week right there. All right, let's get back to the college football update on the two big games that I've been talking about since I've been on the air. Ohio State, Penn State, that's the best game of the day. And Miami and Duke, that's been like a shootout. I mean, had the ball, though. Last time I checked, it had the ball at the 46-yard line of Duke. They got a first down. Okay, so Miami did not score on that drive. So they had the ball. So Duke had the ball 4th and 6 at their own 44-yard line. 8:28 to go. So decision time. Does Manny Diaz go for it on 4th down? It looked like Miami was going to score on that drive that they had. Oh, threw a pick. That's why. Cam Ward threw an interception. Chandler Rivers intercepted Cam Ward. That's why. That's the reason. So that's why they got the short field. But now the defense of Miami's doing their thing, doing pretty good. Because right now, it's 4th down and 6, so it's decision time. Do they punt? Yeah, they're going to punt. So Miami has the ball at their own 32-yard line. So they had the ball with 8:11 to go. Damian Martinez runs for 2 yards. So that's what you got to do if you're Miami. Just try to run the clock out, take some time off the clock. 8 minutes and 11 seconds to go. Long time consuming drive. That's what you got to have. It can lead to a field goal or touchdown. That's what you got to do. Take some time out or something like that. All right, back to the Penn State-Ohio State game, the game of the day. Looks like Ohio State is going to hold on and win and beat Penn State for the 8th consecutive time. They got the ball with 1:19 to go, fourth quarter, so this is it. They got the ball first down and 10 at their own 46-yard line. They're on a 7-play, 45-yard drive right now. So this would be a bad loss, another bad loss for Penn State, man. They just can't beat this team. Again, they came to this game, haven't lost on November 2nd since 1935. They have won 10 straight games on November 2nd. Looks like they're going to be losing for the first time since 1935 on November 2nd for Penn State. Because right now they got 2nd and 3 at the Penn State 47-yard line. Penn State calls timeout with 1:16 to go. So Ohio State trying to hold on and get the victory for the 8th straight time against this Penn State team. All right, Miami just scored a touchdown. This may have been the dagger. Unbelievable. Restrepo, again, the hat trick. 3 touchdown catches. This time for 66 yards. Unbelievable. This offense is incredible. They the best offense in college football, man. They know how to score. They know how to put up points in bunches. That may have been the dagger. 7:36 to go. Miami just scored a touchdown, 46-31 in favor of the University of Miami. Cam Ward, a 66-yard touchdown pass to Xavier Restrepo, 66 yards. Unbelievable. That's 345 yards for Cam Ward, 5 touchdown passes. Restrepo, 8 catches for 146 yards and 3 touchdowns. And they definitely going past the point spread. No, they favored by 19.5 points. So they up by 15 points. So, but that's a big time scoring by Miami. They're just a machine, man. They trailed this game by 11 points in this third quarter, 28-17. And this offense is so explosive. They know how to get it done. There's no panic. They've been doing it all year, know how to come back. And he's so explosive. They got 46 points already. After trailing by 11 points, 28-17. Unbelievable. All right, let's get to the NFL. That game is going to be a wrap. They're not going to win this game. So let's keep it moving. All right. Now, some of the games I'm not going to talk about because some of these games are just terrible. As far as I'm concerned, the games that I'm going to be discussing. So I'm going to skip some of these games and talk about some other games. Maybe give stats to know, but I'm going to start with Dallas Cowboys and the Falcons. The Falcons are 5-3 on the season. The Cowboys are 3-4 in the season now. The Cowboys are at a crossroads, man, because only once since 1989 have the Cowboys have made the playoffs after starting 3-5 in 2018 when they made the trade for Amari Cooper mid-season as far as a 10-6 finish. But a 4-4 record after 8 games, there's no guarantee that they're going to make it to the playoffs. They've made the playoffs twice out of the 5 times they were 500 after 8 games. Now for the Falcons, the Cowboys have allowed the second most touchdowns on the ground. So the Falcons offensively, they got to run the football against this Cowboys run defense. They allowed 12 touchdowns on the ground. They allowed the 4th highest yards per carry, 4.8. Bijan Robinson has a league best 57.6% success rate on under center runs among running backs with at least 30 carries, while the Cowboys have given up the second highest success rate, 49.3% on such runs. Stat to know is that a defeat for the Cowboys would match their loss total from each of the previous 3 seasons, 12-5, from 2021 to 2023. I'm going to see if this game, Dolphins and Bills, that's not a good game. Not a great game. Stat to know is that, though, the Dolphins have scored 28 total points in 3 road games this season. They have scored under 40 total points in their first 4 road games, only once in franchise history, 30 in 1967. The Raiders and the Bengals. This is a terrible game. The Bengals 3-5, the Raiders 2-6. Stat to know about this matchup is that Joe Burrow has passed for fewer. Burrow has passed for fewer than 250 yards in 3 consecutive games, tied for the longest streak of his career. In 3 consecutive games, tied for the longest streak of his career. He has a total of 347 passing yards in 2 contests against the Raiders, including the playoffs. So that's the thing about it, man. We talk about this matchup. It's not a good matchup. Next, we got another bad matchup, the Chargers and the Browns. So I know about this game is that this is the first meeting between these teams since Week 5 of 2022. The Chargers have won 5 of the past 6 meetings, dating back to 2015. That's the thing that stands out about that. As far as that's concerned. As far as that's concerned. So let's get to the next game. This is a terrible game. There's a lot of bad games tomorrow. There's some good games. But there's some games that are not that good. As far as that's concerned. The Patriots and the Titans. That's a terrible game. Terrible football game. 2-6 Patriots versus the 1-6 Titans. So I'm not going to get into that game. Only stat to know is that the Titans lost back-to-back games by at least 20 points for the first time since weeks 13 and 14. In 2014, they haven't lost 3 straight by 20 points since October 2009. There's another terrible game, the Commanders and the Giants. 62 Commanders versus the Giants, who are 2-6. Stat to know is that the Giants are 0-4 at home this season, averaging 7.8 points per game, the fewest in the NFL.